Okay, welcome. Hello, everyone, to this pop-up Zoom call on Wealth Whispering. I'm Dr. Adila Rafiz. If you do not know me, first of all, thank you so much for being here. I do a lot of things, but ultimately I am a healer, I am a facilitator, and I'm here to help create empowerment for you in your body and in your life while you are here, so you can have the greatest experience that's available and possible for you. And that's the journey that I'm on, that's the quest that I'm on, and every day and every week I discover more things about the magic that is involved with being here alive in a body, and the opposite side of that, which is actually death, what that contributes to us being here. So the only certainty we have in life is death. And death is actually such a great teacher. Perhaps not your own, but if you take a moment to think about when you have lost anyone or anything, when something has completely changed form or shape, and what that space creates in your life. And I know that might sound weird or interesting, but the reason I talk about this is recently what I just cannot avoid looking at is the very real information about how everything is such an illusion. Like we are here living life, we are here making so many things important, significant, real, and at the same time it's all like we're playing a game. We're here on earth, we're here in a body. And over the last few years, and especially over the last few months, my work, or the work that comes through me, has gotten so powerful and so life-changing for me included. Like, I'm a recipient of the results of this work, and for my clients, and for the people in my life, and for the people in my classes, and for the people who are body whisperers and business whisperers, because it has become so clear to me that one of my main messages, one of the main things for me to do, is to be here as a conduit and as a reminder of your divinity while you are here on earth, to help be that connection, that bridge, that reminder about how we are part of all things. And there is so much source energy that we are constantly able to tap into, and that we are literally the personification of the most magical beyond energies of God energy itself, walking here on earth. And we have free will. What we get to do here in a body is actually mind-blowing. It's phenomenal if you stop to think about it and you start to look at it. Now, why am I talking to you about all of this stuff? You guys are here to hear about Wealth Whispering, this new program that we're doing, right? So Wealth Whispering is this program that was downloaded for me and was channeled around the beginning of the year. We've already had one round of the program, and it's been absolutely life-changing in the very literal sense that there is no exaggeration when I say those words. And the reason I talk about this is, like other things like body whispering, it has this name, right? Wealth Whispering. And body whispering has this name, body whispering. And you can tunnel that down into thinking it's very relevant and related to only one topic, to only one area. So with body whispering, people would think it's just about bodies, when actually it's about changing anything and everything in your whole life and creating it. And with wealth whispering, yes, it's about wealth. Yes, it's about money. Yes, it's about riches. Yes, it's about abundance. But the very important thing for me to kind of pass on to you guys is that it's about wealth in every and all area of your life and of your existence here on earth, and how you are source energy. Like, it's about connecting you to your ability to create, to have, and to receive, and to do it all with ease, with flow, with the remembrance of the power that you have, with discovering not just the power that you have, but the pleasure, the joy, the gift that you are, and the gifts that are available to you in this lifetime. And I think a lot of us, if not all of us, don't remember that a lot of the time. We go through life, we make it about the things, we make it about the hardship, we make it about the very practical challenges that we might be facing. We make it about money, we make it about relationships, we make it about everything else outside of us. And we miss the treasure, like the absolute motherlode of all treasures, which is inside of you. And as you tap into this, as you start to embody that, and as you start to actually live your life as, I'm going to say, perhaps we're meant to, perhaps the intention was for us to experience this and to be on the journey of discovering this and experiencing this, is to find that power, to find that richness, to find that abundance, to tap into what truly matters in life, and to realize how powerful, how amazing, how gifted, how talented, and just how amazing you are, and how much you can receive and have, and how unlimited it is, and how it's not meant to be about the pain and the struggle. But we can make it about that, but we do have another choice. And that is kind of the core of this energy of wealth whispering. It's not just bringing you back to your experience of the greatest expression of embodiment, of walking the earth as a divine being and having some of those gifts and talents that we read about, that we have been told about as myths or as legend or as stories of religion or cultural saints or gods or demigods that walk earth. It's actually experiencing that and having that for yourself. Your power to create, your power to ask and to receive, your power to enjoy, your power to have the richness and abundance of life, of living, of relationship, the sweetness of life. And all of the things that you may wish for, that you may be desiring. And it could be anything. And what I would encourage you to start exploring is, what is it which is so far beyond what you even think it is that you want? Like, where are you still asking for this much when you have this much available to you? Where are you asking to just still be crawling when we have the ability to soar, to fly, to run, whatever it is? So wealth whispering is different in so many ways, but I want to give you some like cognitive facts about it in today's call. because that is like the one part that was lacking for me. So when I downloaded this program, these are Lakshmi activations. They are downloaded directly from Lakshmi. She is very much involved in every single aspect of this program, of these calls, of this energy, of these activations. But I really struggled to understand and believe and to trust in that process. And so I basically decided to do it as an experiment and to see what would happen. And so I did. And what happened was phenomenal. Like all these people turned up, they did the first round of the program, their lives changed like from before. We did a call like this, which was even more vague than what this is, right? I understand you might still be sitting here going, what the fuck is she talking about? Okay, but I did like a way worse version of this back in whatever month it was earlier in the year. And I was like, well, there's this new program. I don't know anything about it, but if you want to do it, you should do it. It's activations from Lakshmi. All these people did it. And as soon as they were on this call, like the information call, before the program even started, I started getting all these messages. They all started saying, oh my gosh, there's this energy. Oh my gosh, I can already perceive it. I can already feel it. Things are already changing. My life's already changing. What the hell is this? This is crazy, blah, blah, blah. So all of that was happening between the information call and when we started the program, like literally 2 days after, which is very, very similar to exactly what's happening today. We're doing this call on Saturday. It's just like an impromptu, I didn't know it was happening until yesterday call. And we're starting the program on Monday. I'm going to talk to you about that in a little minute. But then what starts to happen is just blows my mind, because if you know me, or if you don't know me, I've been doing this work for well over 12 years now. I've done so many modalities. I've worked with and continue to work with so many teachers, healers, gurus, mentors. Like I'm the student and I'm the teacher. I'm continually on the path to growth. I'm continually searching for more. And I have done a lot of things, like many of you. Like many of you, I have also done a lot of things. And I have experienced a lot of quite profound things, right? So I wasn't expecting the level of profoundness with what happened in this program, which is not only was the energy so palpable, so strong, and the results so quick, but the two things that blew me away is, number one, everyone got the specific thing that they needed, even if they didn't know that they needed it. It started to create, activate, and the results they started to get were in the specific area of their life that they wanted to receive it in. For some, it was money and wealth, but for others, it was actually relationships. Like they wanted the wealth of relationships, of having all of their relationships start to be super rich and supportive and abundant and loving and conducive to their lives. For other people, it was the self-empowerment piece. For other people, it was getting very clear on seeing the value in themselves, right? So number one, this energy in this program works on not just giving you all of the general themes and the work that we do and all of the activations, but it has a way of activating in you and giving you specifically what it is that you either desire or you require, even if you don't even know it yet. Number two, there was no backward. There was no like backward slide. So for some of you who've done a lot of work or you've done other modalities, you might be familiar with this concept of like, it can feel like 2 steps forward, 1 step back, or it's almost expected that you don't just keep constantly moving forward. Like there's there's progression and there's regression, or you feel better, but then you feel a bit worse. You get to this great peace, but then you need all this processing or help or facilitation around unpacking it all, and it feels funky. Well, with this program, you got the change, and then you just had it, and then you moved on to the next thing and the next thing and the next thing. And for me, it's created a lot of people are saying, not only do I look physically very different, not only do I operate very differently, not only do I function, I guess, quite differently in my life and in my business now, but I'm just amazed, because I've done so many modalities and done so many things over the last 12 years, at just how quick and just how efficient, and just like the lack of drama, like the lack of drama in this energy and in this program. And it goes through to every area of your life. Again, do not take the word wealth and think that it's only pertaining to money, riches, and work. It's about abundance and wealth embodiment in every area of your life. I want to talk about one thing. I didn't know anything about Lakshmi. For those of you that don't know me, I do not come from like an Indian, from the country India, or from the culture or the religion of Hinduism, or knowing about Lakshmi, or knowing a lot of the things that for some of you might have grown up with, you might be very familiar with. So when this information was given to me and was downloaded, I was like, what is happening and what is this about? So then, I researched and I Googled Lakshmi. I was like, well, who are you? And what do you do? What are you doing? And I read some things and I spoke to some people and I got given this information, and I got taught and told about all of the areas of wealth that she embodies and is an ambassador for, and the empowerment and the knowledge and the mother figure. And it started to make sense. And as I've continued to do my personal work and journey over the last few months, because in order to do this program, I'm obviously doing a lot of work myself, and doing a lot of work with the people on my team to be ahead of the curve so that I can deliver the stuff to you. And she continues to show up, and she continues to do sessions with me, and she continues to take me places and show me things and give me information that is just beyond. And so the trust pays off. But you're probably right now where I was, if you're thinking about this program, if you've just heard about it, if you've just heard about the retreat. Where I was all those months ago is probably where you are now, where you're thinking, this doesn't make sense. But there's something about the energy, which is why you're here today, which is why you've read the post or the emails, which is why you keep, thinking, what is this? What is it about this program I've heard about, or have done so many other money programs, wealth programs, healing programs, coaching programs? What is it about this one? And all I can say to you is, if you are having that experience right now, and especially if you haven't worked with me before, you haven't worked with Lakshmi before, you haven't done activation work like this before, guys, this is not a class or a session or a program where you need to work hard. This is not even about facilitation. The activations work in this way, where we literally we have these sessions, we all lie down, and it's the energy is activated in us from within us. And I think that's why it's personalized to each and every one of you, because within each of us, and for some of us it's lying quite dormant, lies our true power, our most authentic expression of self, our connection to divinity, our ability to receive without all of the hang-ups of receiving, and without the time lag, without the very human qualities that we make our life about. So human qualities means, things need to take time. Things need to be worked hard to receive or achieved. There is struggle. Things are linear and logical. We need to be worthy of. We need to be deserving. That's human reality. That's created. So it connects you to your divine reality, your spiritual reality, where there is quantum leaping, where time is not the factor that's going to slow you down, where things are not needing to be linear and logical and sequential and consequential, where you realize, like, one of my favorite things about this program was the amount of people, including myself, that just started saying, oh my gosh, I see my value. I see my worth. I feel so worthy. I feel so loved and lovable. I feel so connected to me and my power and all those things that I've struggled with my whole life, that I've tried to reconcile my whole life. With this program, it occurred within a few activations, within a few sessions. Okay, I'm just going to stop and ask, am I making any sense? Raise your hands. Is this good? Is this making sense? Are you guys feeling okay?
Adila, there's a question on the chat if you'd like to take it up.
Wanted to know, once we are on this program, will we be able to use this for our clients, or is it just in our growth? Yes. So yes and yes. You can specifically ask, like in your sessions, to include this energy with your clients. But I want to clarify one thing. You become this. You become this energy. These things that I'm talking about, we live our life being separate from our power, separate from our divinity, separate from receiving, acting as if these things are outside of us. When you become it, when you are walking through the world as this, it is by default part of your sessions. It is by default part of your relationships. It is by default how you show up at work. It is therefore why by default you start receiving more in every area of your life, both in material and physical things and in energetic things, emotional things, in every type of way that we are here to receive. It increases and changes your receiving and also therefore your giving. And one of the things that many of us give is sessions, is work. We work as practitioners, as healers, as facilitators. This will completely change your business. It's why I did a few weeks ago this body whispering activation for all the body whisperers, to activate in them this energy, because whether they understand what happened or not in that activation, it was to put this energy into their sessions so that not only do they now receive it from body whispering sessions, but their clients are starting to receive it too. So yes, your sessions will change, whether you intentionally even want them to change or not. Okay, I'm sorry, but your sessions are going to get much more powerful. I'm sorry, but your sessions are going to start working faster. I'm sorry, but you're going to start receiving clients from out of the blue. I'm sorry, but you're going to start making more money. That's just a byproduct of this program. The wealth in this program that I think the term wealth whispering refers to is like the wealth of you, the riches and richness that you are. Thank you and thank you. Okay. Yeah, it ripples to everyone around you. And that's why your whole life changes. That's why your relationships change. That's why your difficult situations change. You know, the testimonials from the previous participants around, you know, the people that they struggled with the most, the people that they were always in conflict with, just changed. Entire lifetime of relationships just evolved, transformed. You're welcome to start. What if you're not a practitioner? You do not have to be a practitioner. You can just be a person walking down the street. We don't have to be practitioners to be change agents for the world. And so if you're not a practitioner, you should be noticing that everything else in your life is changing and your relationships change, if you want them to. And for me, I didn't have relationships that I necessarily needed or wanted to change, but even I was blown away by the depth of love. Like, all my relationships got deeper and stronger. The validation that, you know, as much as we say, oh, you know, we shouldn't seek external validation or look outside of ourselves for love or whatever, we have it all within us. But like with this program, as amazing as my relationships were before this, like they all just went to this completely new level. Like friends became family, like people said things to me that I just feel so loved, so supported. So many people have my back. There is no lack in my world, and especially not a lack of love or trust in my relationships. And there's a few more points I wanted to cover, but I keep the questions coming. And then I want to talk a little bit more about this program. So one of the things about this program, like myself, okay, so I didn't think that I needed this program. I didn't think that I had no idea what it was or what it could do. And I really had a really great life. I've had a great life for many years now. And the reason I'm talking about this is because there's many of you that have a really good life. A lot of you are my clients. A lot of you have done classes with me. I know a lot of us, we're cool people doing cool things, living good lives, pretty aware, pretty conscious, doing cool things on the planet. Why would you do this program? Okay, that was my question. Why this? Why me? Why now? And that might be your question too. So after doing it, I was like, holy shit, I didn't even know this was available. I didn't know this was possible. So the ability for you guys to choose way beyond good. So in this reality, we do not get told to give up the good for the great. And we definitely do not get told that there's anything better than great. You know, greatness is where it's at. So if you have a pretty good life already, or even a great life like I had, it's kind of like, do I really need to do a program called Wealth Whispering now? This goes way beyond good or great. This goes into like phenomenal. This goes into, again, embodiment of divinity, embodiment of energy and concepts. So things that are conceptual, they become tangible and experiential through this program. Literally starting to experience some of your superhuman, superpower abilities. Okay, I'm just listening. I'm just reading a few of these questions. Why do I feel heaviness and fatigue whenever I am in these sessions with you? Yeah, so when you come, so everyone is coming from a different background, okay? So I don't know what necessarily your background or your normal reality is, but I would like to show you the contrast between when you're inside, okay, inside your house, you're inside your familiar environment, you're used to the temperature, you're fine, everything's good, and you open the door and you go outside and it's snowing. Okay, who's gone outside when it's really, really cold? Or opposite, you go outside and like for many of you in the countries you're in right now, it's like 40, 45, 50 degrees. The contrast is huge and you really feel it, okay? And it doesn't feel comfortable. It does not feel familiar. And so what I'm talking to you and the information in these sessions and energy might be in such contrast to your life, your relationships and your experiences and your environments to date, your home environment, your work environment, your professional environment, the things that you have been told about who you are and what's possible for you. Like for me, like I said, like I'd done a lot of work. I'd done 12 years or more worth of work on undoing a lot of programming around my background, my family, my culture, my religion, my country, my relationships. And then I did this program and it still like kicked me into a totally different universe. Now, if you have much more density in your life and you haven't looked at these things, like the contrast is going to be huge, honey. It's going to be like opening the oven door and being like, whoa, or opening that door and being absolutely freezing or absolutely so hot and feeling so uncomfortable. And one of the things our body does, I don't know if any of you have experienced this, is it create fatigue or sleepiness is actually a way of checking out. When we're overpowered or overcome by something, we actually check out. And one of the things that our body does is it gets heavy, gets sleepy, and it shuts down. So I invite you to look at how big is the contrast between this energy, this program, this information, and what you're used to, what you've been brought up with, how you normally function, and what the people around you are normally like. And if that contrast is huge, one or the other has to feel like that. But one of the other things about this is while you will be aware of the contrast, it's still not difficult and you will still receive the results. Have you noticed you still receive the results? And that's been the other thing that's just mind-blowing about this energy in these sessions. It works no matter who you are, no matter what you're going through, no matter whether you believe it works or not. I didn't believe it was going to work, so I don't expect anyone else to believe it would work, and yet it works. And so that's the greatest thing about it. Is this activation works forever, or would we listen to the recordings or sessions? Yeah, I said earlier, Helen, you might have missed it, but one of the things that blew me away with this work is you do the activations and then you have it. Yes, you can re-listen to the activations if you wish to. I have not had to, and I think a lot of other people have the same experience. Like this isn't something that you have to keep going over, keep re-listening to, keep doing over and over again, because there's the backslide. There is no backslide in this program. You get the activation, you have it, it opens up. I'm just trying to think. I've just got the analogy coming through. It's like once you have it, it's like going through a growth spurt. Okay, once you grow a bit high, like grow in height, as you're growing in height, you don't go backwards. Like you have it, you become it, your body adapts around it, your life changes around it, you need to buy bigger clothes, whatever you change, you don't go backwards. And you also don't need to ask your body, how did you grow taller? How are you going to do it again next month at your next growth spurt? It's very intrinsic, it's very innate. You will struggle with how easy it is. That might seem weird, but that's true. You will struggle with how can this be this easy? Because I have spent years, or I've done all these other things, and I'm used to this. I'm used to up and down and needing to work hard and needing to do all this processing and needing to think about it and needing to become cognitively aware of what's changed and how I'm different and what I need to do. An activation is different to a clearing, to a class, or to a facilitation. It's an activation. It's activating within you, within your cells, within your molecules, an energy that you already have that's been lying dormant, and it awakens it. And once it's awakened, it won't go back to sleep, and nor can you forget it. It's like once a seed has bloomed into a flower, how are you going to get that flower to go back down underground? Because you're like, no, you need to go back now to where you came from. You need to go back to the darkness. You need to go back to that seed. It doesn't happen. It can't happen. You won't go backwards. Okay. I'm going to start wrapping up, but I want to talk and give you a little bit of this energy of the activation coming up. So the program, do you guys all know about the program? It's a 12-week program. It's called Wealth Whispering. It's 12 weeks. It starts on Monday. Every week, this is one of the most comprehensive programs I've ever done. I don't do anything weekly. Okay, at least my live programs are all at least fortnightly. Okay, this program is weekly activations. It's full on in terms of what's delivered. Okay, so every week for 12 weeks, we have a live activation. It's about 90 minutes where we all lie down and we receive these activations and this change, and then we do the questions, the facilitation, the clearing, the healing, anything else that you require to bring it all together. In October, included in this program, we have a couple of special things. One is the activation is going to be held in Dubai, and it's a Lakshmi activation, and it will be 2 hours instead of 90 minutes. And that is immediately before the 2-day Wealth Whispering Immersion Retreat, which you can come and do with us live at this amazing, at the Ritz-Carlton in Ras Al Khaimah. You can do that. That's included in this program. Or if you cannot travel to UAE, you do it online. Okay, and you will have the same level of activation, immersion, and change. On Monday, we start, and the topic is release. So all 12 activations and the dates and times are already listed on the website, on the program sheet. And on Monday, we start with letting go of everything that we were and anything that's holding us back. So it's release, it's forgiveness, it's letting go of the past at a cellular, molecular, energetic, physical, and cognitive level. Releasing doesn't mean you're going to forget. I'm not going to erase your memories. Do you guys know how like forgiveness works? You don't forget the bad thing that happened. You don't even have to like make up with that person. It's not about making okay or forgetting or ignoring the things that have happened to you in your past. It is about no longer holding on to it so that it's burning a hole in your pocket, or it's creating an area where you are blocked, where you cannot move forward in your life, where you are being held back. So the session on Monday is actually going to be releasing anything and everything that you need to let go of to then receive everything else that this program is going to bring to you. But I'd like you with me to just do this for the next few moments. Is if you tap into that energy of release and to that session that's coming up on Monday, how many things in your body, in your mind, in your memory, in your energy, and in your subconscious do you still carry that keeps you from actually having and receiving and being everything that you wish to be and have and receive? And imagine all of that just being dissolved and instead being replaced by pure potential. The pure potential that you have to be divinity walking here on earth, to create whatever you wish to create, to experience all of the things you are here to experience. Now imagine that freedom being integrated into your mind, body, and energy. And you then stepping forward in any area of your life. How would that be different? And what would you then create? How much could you then receive? How different will you be after just that one activation? Which is arguably our simplest and easiest activation, because then we're getting into like some really cool things. I think Rashmi's actually shared it here. Let me show you. For those of you that haven't seen the topics. The over 12 weeks, this is the stuff we cover. Release on Monday. Collapsing time. So the quantum leap and the time not being linear, this is something that the participants reported back from the first round of the program. It's not something that I was like, oh, it would be cool to do that. This is literally something that happens. And this is the week 2's activation. Then we start getting into the wealth generator, the money portal, including your sex and body, turning you on to being alive. Because how many of you are not A, turned on to life, and B, alive in your life, but not alive in your body? You're not walking through the world as if you're alive and living. Then by the 6th of October, we have that first live activation coming to you from the UAE. And so this is a special week. If you're doing this full program, this is why all of the dates and times are pre-delivered to you. If you could clear out your calendar wherever you are in the world, because we have a 2-hour live activation on the 6th. And then we have immediately after the 7th and 8th, 2 full days. Wherever you are in the world, you'll see the time conversion. And you will have 4 sessions over those 2 days. Okay. And then we missed the next Monday, and then the 17th of October, we're into integrating with the energy of pleasure. And we're into an abundance accelerator, finding and activating your soul gifts, and then integrating everything that you are, everything that you've received, basically becoming the new you. You will not be the same after this program. You won't be the same after the first week. You won't be the same after the second week. You won't be the same halfway through. Everything's going to change. I've got some cool gifts. I've got some cool bonuses. I have not announced them yet because they're just gifts that I'm going to give the people that are part of the program. I'm working with some pretty cool people around the world that have helped bring this creation here. We've got energetic things, we've got oils, we've got candles, we've got money, we've got really cool things being created around the world to help bring all of this into the physical realm for you. We're a couple of minutes away from wrapping up. Do we have any final questions? So the program starts on Monday. You can join from anywhere in the world. There's multiple payment plans and options. And yeah, we'd love to have you join us live in the UAE for the retreat as well, which is an amazing all-inclusive experience. Do we have any questions? Yeah, Rashmi's just reminded me of something. Okay, so I know this energy in this program is so different to cognitively reconcile. Okay, so one of the things that we are going to offer is the ability for you to join the first activation on Monday at a very special price for just that first activation as a taster into the whole program. Okay, it is designed to give you a taste of what's to come. It is at a greatly reduced price. So if you want to join the activation that we are doing on Monday with everyone doing the full program, Rashmi has a link that allows you to join on Monday for $111 US. If you then do the full program, we will gift you that. We will add that onto what you have already paid so that it will come off your full program price. Your full program price, like I said, there's multiple options. You currently get the greatest discount for paying in full, but you also have an amazing 3-month or 6-month payment plan to make it as easy as possible for people to join. If there's anyone that has questions above and beyond that, what we will do is Rashmi and I will be available online either on WhatsApp or on Facebook or Instagram. An of you have followed me on one of those places, which is how you would know about this, or obviously email. So send us a message or an email with your question. In the next hour or two, we will respond to you. But the program starts on Monday. In order for you to not miss out on anything, this is why we've opened this up in this way, because some of you are just finding out about the program and you might still cognitively need a little bit more time to understand or integrate this information. So that is what we will do. Do we have any other questions about the intro? Yeah, Rashmi's just shared her number on WhatsApp. And think that covers everything. Atul, you have a question. You can.
I just need to ask, you see your program when you come online is at a time when I'm in the court. I am a legal professional, so I'm in the court. How do I spare that 90 minutes of that time at that time? It's becoming a little difficult on that part.
Perfect. Thank you so much for that question. Because yes, if you can't join live, if you're in somewhere in the world, I know if you're in the States, it's really hard for our timing to work well for you. So you're probably watching a replay even right now. The activations are just as profound and they work just as well when you watch the replay. So as everything is recorded, every single thing is online and recorded, okay? Even the live retreat. And within a few hours normally, but absolutely within 12 to 24 hours, we have each activation uploaded into the portal, into the back end of my website, where you each have an account, okay? And you go there and you click on the replay and you watch the replay that evening, the next morning, whenever is suitable for you, and you will still receive all of the benefit and you will still receive all of the magic and all of the activations. Same with the retreat. If you're in a time zone where it's in the middle of the night for you, you can watch the replay. But for the retreat, it might be worth your while to try and be live, even if it is the middle of the night.
I am joining you for the retreat in UAE.
Oh my God, I'm so excited. We can't wait. Your life is going to like flourish. I mean, I know everything. I just can't wait, guys. I'm so excited about this program and the retreat. There's a question.
I've already paid for it. Shalu's already done that. So
we're so excited to have you. We just cannot wait. Thank you so much.
See you in UAE then.
Yes, see you in the UAE. Thanks, Atul. Thanks for joining us. So listen, so I've got a question here. Can I talk more about the retreat? I mean, the aim of it. Yes. The retreat is called an immersion retreat. An immersion in any sense, in any capacity, like whether it's a wealth whispering immersion, whether it's immersing into something with your life, with money, with relationships. When you immerse in something, it becomes an all-encompassing experience. The aim of the retreat is to create this 2-day block where, yes, you have been doing, receiving, and creating so much change in your life over every week of this program. But when you do the retreat, you kind of deep dive for 2 whole days. Actually, it's 2.5 days, because we do the 6th evening, so the 2-hour activation on the 6th, and then we do all day on the 7th, all day on the 8th. 2.5 days of leaving this reality and being immersed online or in person in this energy where you forget everything else. You forget limitation, you forget your problems with your spouse, you forget about whatever it is that's stressing you out. And all that is happening is you are being connected and being the recipient of this energy, this activation, this healing, this clearing, this change. And you are tapping into, and you are in this conducive environment where there is coherence. There is the ability for you to start to see how magical you are, how powerful you are, and you don't come out of it and then need to go and, you know, wash the dishes or whatever, because you're immersed for these 2 days. If you're at home, you can still wash the dishes, it's fine. But 2 days nonstop, or 2.5 days, you can see how it creates a strength, like a depth in that energy, okay? That's one of the aims of this program. In the retreat, there's 4 sessions, so it's 5. There's the 6th evening, which is the Lakshmi activation. I'm already telling you guys what that one is. The other 4 activations and sessions that you are going to have over the next 2 days of the retreat, I'm not telling you yet what they are. You can tap in and see if you receive the information yourself. You're welcome to. There's 4 sessions, morning, afternoon, day 1, morning, afternoon, day 2. They are going to supercharge this journey. They're going to put you on the highway to conscious embodiment and to receiving and to wealth embodiment. And the third aim of this retreat is for those of you that haven't seen it, and whether you are in the actual retreat, like if you're able to join us in the UAE, like I cannot tell you the gifts that you will receive in terms of the energy and the space. Okay, let me give you a little bit of a so this is the venue. It's in the desert in Ras Al Khaimah, but it's at the Ritz-Carlton. And every single person is going to be staying in a poolside villa. Okay, so you get your own private pool in your villa, which looks something like this. Then this is the lobby. There are 5-star spa facilities. There is the pool. We have amazing food and dining experiences. We have so many things that are designed to create the immersion of your physical body into the energy of wealth. One of the things I specialize in with my work is bringing together the energetic and the physical experience. We're here in a physical body. Therefore, the limitation we sometimes create is if we do not experience it physically, we do not have a reference point for it. So we're in this physical, luxurious location. Maybe this is somewhere where you would never normally go. Maybe this is somewhere where you would not normally think, I'm going to go spend this much money on this experience for my body. This is not the norm for me. Or you might go there on holiday, but you don't go there and put it together with these energies and these activations with this amazing group of people that completely change your reality. So the immersion aspect of the retreat is what changes your life. It's going to change you physically. It's going to change you energetically. And it's going to change your body's reception, so receptivity to wealth as an energy and an experience. I highly, highly encourage as many of you as possible to get there in person. Okay, number 1. Number 2, there is an option for you to do the retreat only if you don't want to do the full program. Now, to do the full program is a much, much, much better deal. Okay, but if you only wanted to give me 2.5 days out of your life and not 12 weeks, you can choose the retreat only. It's currently available at early bird pricing. Go ahead, book that, book your tickets. I'll see you there. If you're going to do the full program, you're only at this point at early bird. I'm putting the price up on Monday. At early bird, you're only paying $1,000 more for the full program. So 12 weeks plus the retreat. Okay. Lastly, I know that there are some of you that will not, no matter how much you would like to, you are not able to get there in person. I know that. That's okay. We are going to be bringing that energy to you from the activations, from being included in the retreat online. Okay. We will still be doing our very best to give you the physical taste of what we are experiencing. And that is why I've said, if you're going to do this program online, I still would like you to create that retreat environment for yourself. Try to block out that time in your diary. Try to create a nice space for yourself in your home environment and have that retreat or immersion experience with us. And again, if you don't want to do the full program, you just want to do the retreat, there is an online only option. Again, it makes much more sense and it's much more value for you to do the full 12 weeks. But if anyone wants to do the online retreat only, we do have an option for you. Please reach out to Rashmi. Please reach out to me. We'll give you the relevant links. Finally, for any of you that are inquiring, or if you have not heard, there is a VIP option. I have very, very, very limited spots. I had 5 spots initially. I'm down to less than that now. There are 5 people that I'm able to do weekly one-on-one channeling sessions for, plus the full program, plus in between support. When you do this program, you get the program, you get a WhatsApp group, you get the retreat, you get the replays, all of that is included. When you do VIP, you get all of that plus weekly one-on-ones with me, plus I will give you a direct line to me so you can privately chat and get all the support you need over this 12 weeks. It is priceless in my point of view. I have put a price on it. It's a cheap price. It's going to double next year. If you want to do it this year, go for it. And that's all I will say about VIP. Okay. So thank you so much for joining me. Thank you so much for allowing this energy to come and be present in the world in a physical plane through you and your bodies. Thank you to the change that you are and will create in the world from being here. And I hope to see many of you in the program, many of you at the retreat, and many of you on Monday at the release session that will be life-changing, I'm sure. Okay. So all of the information is online. If you do have questions, Rashmi and myself are here. I'll see you guys soon. Thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.